Hey everyone, hey, it's Christine again, Teeny MD. I'm recording from the Big Island still. Just got back from the beach, and this is our third day here. We're having a great time, and I thought I would just share a couple of things with you and see if you agree or not. That everybody needs to take vacation. I know a lot of people that just ignore the time that they're given from work. They'll skip their sabbaticals. They'll say they're too busy to take off, or work is really important. But I'm telling you, you need to take a break. I mean, your employer is providing that time off for you to recharge. Okay, so I created a list of things that I have been able to do on my vacation that I, don't normally do when I'm at home. And just these simple things have, I feel like it's revived me. So I was going to share them with you. Okay, I could probably come up with a list of 100 things, but I came up with the 15 things. Okay, first of all, getting to spend time with my family, like dedicated, sit down together, talk to the family, right? We're all unplugged, well, of course, while I'm recording, except for when I'm recording, but we're unplugged. The kids aren't hanging out in their rooms doing their own thing on social media. Jack is not playing his video games downstairs by himself. I mean, we are all together. We're having conversations, and those experiences, I mean, we're creating memories that they can recall and tell their kids someday, so I feel really good about that. Okay, so the other thing, and this was really a tied for first, is that I get to wake up whenever I'm ready to wake up, when my body feels ready to wake up. I absolutely love that. I love my sleep. It's horrible waking up because I'm mostly tired, and it's difficult to get myself going. I down several glasses of water in order to get my energy up before I even leave my bedroom. So here I wake up whenever my body says, hey, it's time to get up. You've had enough rest. And look, I have not had dark circles. We're still sort of there, but they're almost gone. And I thought they were permanent. But actually, they're not. It's because I don't get enough sleep. So, if you don't want dark circles or bags under your eyes, get enough sleep. Okay. The next thing is I'm not in a rush to get anywhere. I'm notoriously late everywhere I go. I don't know what it is. I can leave an hour, plan to get there an hour in advance, and I still am late somehow. I don't know. Anyway, Filipino time, I guess. We just are not in a rush to do anything. We don't have anything on our agenda. We are literally just taking each day, one at a time, and saying, okay, what do we feel like doing today? And then we figure it out as a family. And that feels really good, because back home, it seems like every minute of the day is eaten up with some activity. There is not an hour of the day that is not scheduled, right? So it's either you're working or you're driving kids places or trying to get, kids fed and picking them up and on and on. So it's just really nice not to have anything on the agenda at all. Very nice. All right, so on to the next thing. And I've already lost count, but I love that I don't have to do my hair or makeup. I can get out of bed, wash my hair, brush my teeth, and then go, right? Like put it in a ponytail, and it's acceptable, but probably would not be acceptable if I showed up at the office that way to see patients. So, yeah. sometimes it's just such a hassle to go through all that trouble every single day, get dressed up and do your hair and makeup every single day. I don't know. It feels like such a waste of time sometimes. So it's very nice right now that, you know, I don't have to worry about what I look like. Oh, and I said brush my teeth, but I'll be honest with you. I was counting on my husband, Joel, to pack my toothbrush for me because we have an electric toothbrush, and he always grabs mine for me. He didn't do that, so I spent the first 24 hours here without a toothbrush. It was pretty disgusting. So now I have a regular toothbrush that I actually have to hold and like move my arm. So anyhow, now I know what my son feels like because he, geez, that's a whole nother story. Anyhow, the next thing I love to do, I never get to do at home, is just hang out on our deck. I mean, we have a brand new deck, and I never get to just sit and enjoy the weather and, you know, sit out there, read a book. I mean, right now I'm sitting on our balcony. It's facing the golf course, and it's gorgeous out. And I get maybe a few minutes in a week out on the deck if the weather is cooperative or I don't have a lot to do. But, you know, it's just so nice to sit out here, have my cup of coffee. It's the best. Okay, the next thing is, I already sort of went through this about being unplugged, but, you know, because we're not all on our cell phones, I mean, half of the island you can't get cell phone service anyway, but we're actually engaging in our environment too. We're looking around, we're looking out the windows. We're not, you know, relying on Google Maps to tell us which direction to go. I mean, we're actually reading those signs and making our way. So that's been really fun, right? The other thing, I get to hold hands with my husband, and we can stroll around, hold hands, and, you know, be a couple again. Again, you know, we both work, we're tired, we probably hardly say 2 words to each other during the week because we're so busy, but here we've actually been able to reconnect, so that's been really nice. All right, last night we were driving back from Hilo across the island, and there's like nothing out there. It's between 2 volcanoes, and this road is called Saddle Road. It was very scary. There were no lights. It's winding. It rained. It was foggy. I mean, it was very scary, and we didn't know the road. But suddenly, Joel pulls over and says, we have to get out of the car because we're going to do some stargazing. Well, it was pitch black. We saw every star out there, I bet. We saw the Milky Way. It was amazing. I was very nervous about, you know, being at the side of the road, pitch black, but there were a few other vehicles that were doing exactly the same thing we were. So yeah, that was nice. We never look up to see the stars anymore. We probably could see them. I don't know. I haven't tried it recently, so that was nice. The last time I think I saw stars like that was growing up in my hometown, Elkhart, Kansas, because there are just fields surrounding us, right? And it wasn't a big deal, but you take it for granted then. Now I don't see the stars very much, and didn't realize what I was missing. Okay. The other point I wanted to make, and I really, really appreciate too for the time off, is that I get time to be grateful for my health and, you know, the strength of my body. Just like I said, being healthy. I mean, I take care of so many people that have bad diagnosis and that don't feel good, and I think I've been taking my health for granted, which I'm going to stop doing, but it's important to just reflect on, you know, your strong legs that are getting you places, your brain that is making all these decisions every single day, your hands that are, you know, doing some fine manipulation with, you know, sewing or crocheting or even keyboard. I mean, there's so many things our body does for us every day, and I think we probably all take that for granted. And I vow not to do that anymore. Okay, the next point was I've been able to let go of some fears. So I have a fear of heights. I'm a little bit afraid of the water, so I just have to get used to it. But I pushed myself to actually jump off of a cliff here, and because the rest of my family was doing it, and I thought, you know what, am I going to regret not doing this when we look back on this trip, that everyone else did that but me? And I thought, yeah, I will. So I just did it. I just didn't think twice about it. I just jumped. So I was pretty proud of myself because it was in the water. I didn't get eaten by a shark. And, you know, I'm afraid of heights, but I pushed through it, you know, and I didn't die. So anyway, that's all good. And then my kids were so proud of me too, just because I did that. And it really, looking back, it really was not that big of a deal. It was more of the anticipation of getting to that ledge. But, you know, falling from that ledge or jumping from the ledge was not difficult. Okay. So one of the other things too about having this time off is I get to see parts of this earth that are absolutely stunning, amazing, awesome. And I thank God for the earth that we have. I mean, I hope you get to travel and see different parts of even just the United States. Like, go and check out different states, you know, if you don't get to travel abroad or to the islands, then, you know, check your local city and see what you can learn about it. I've learned so much about Hawaii, and I don't know, I never thought about it. And I'm just in awe of all the beautiful things that I'm seeing here. And I'm just thanking God that, you know, I have good health and I get opportunities like this to go and just see his great work, right? So you have to try to get some travel in. Okay, let's see. A couple of other things too that seem really simple, but it's important to me because it's very freeing, would be we have a Jeep, just like half of Hawaii has Jeeps here, and we rode around with our windows down, and we had music playing, and we were singing, you know, and the wind was flapping my hair all over the place, and it was just absolutely great. And it just brought back memories of me being a teenager and hanging out with my friends and driving all over our little hometown, singing to, I don't know, Whitney Houston or something at that time. And, you know, if you don't do that, you should probably do that. I don't know, in Kansas City, the weather may not be cooperative for much longer, so try to get that window down and sing as loud as you can. Okay, and this next one was just kind of funny, is we were out in the middle of nowhere. I will be explaining sort of our day trip that we took yesterday, but we were in the middle of nowhere. There were no lights, absolutely nothing. We're in a lava field, and Kara and I both needed to go to the bathroom, and there wasn't any other choice but to just pull over and go pee on the side of the road. And again, I was remembering, like, when I was a kid growing up in this little town, that, geez, you just did that. I don't know. Is that gross? But anyway, my daughter had never done that before, and she giggled and laughed through the entire thing. And I just thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, so those are my big, you know, points of, like, taking your vacations and really reflecting on what you're grateful for. You know, there's so much negativity around us, and I think that, you know, these breaks give us a chance to really reflect on what we have, and get ourselves back to our normal baseline, which is not really when we're working constantly. It's really our normal baseline. So we can continue with our work and have a better attitude about work. So anyway, that's all for now. And let me know if I missed something. Should I be thankful for anything else? And what do you guys normally do during your vacation? Do you ever think about any of the things that I just shared? Thanks for joining Teeny MD, and I will see you next time. Next time I will be talking about a day trip yesterday that we took to see Volcano National Park, and I got a lot of information that I learned, so I hope you join me. See ya.